welcome back to your challenge. Today we're going to work on some advanced back bends. So I'm going to emphasize that when you're learning these back bends, it's really important not to push or strain or struggle. The tendency is going to be, as I mentioned in the email back at the beginning of the challenge, is to move into rajas or overdoing or being excited in the pose. So we're going to try to find the calm within the back bend. Let's begin today's practice in child's pose. So in extended child's pose, press down evenly into your hands, lift your forearms up, turn your triceps down towards the floor, the outer shoulders spin down, the shoulder blades spread on your back. Come up onto your hands and your knees, slide your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Inhale, tip your sit bones up and wheel your chest forward, come into the back bend. Exhale, tuck your buttocks under and round through your spine. Inhale into extension. And exhale into flexion. One more time. Stretch your right arm forward, reach your left leg back. Keep your belly lifted, your tailbone long. Keep your neck long, and don't let your hips twist. Slowly lower the hand and the knee down underneath the shoulder and underneath the hip, and then exhale, reach back out. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, reach back out. Lower your hand and your knee down and change sides. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, reach back out. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, reach back out. Lower your hand and your knee, stretch back into downward dog. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Take your feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees a bit and clasp your hands behind your back. Just rest your thumbs onto your sacrum, top of your buttocks. Then bend your knees like you're sitting into a chair a bit, reach your chest forward. Now turn your elbows up towards the ceiling. Feel your blades plug onto your back, spread your chest muscles, your collarbones, reach your heart forward, and fold forward. And then see if you can start to stretch the knuckles up off the buttocks without the shoulders sinking onto the chest. Change the interlock. Sit the buttocks back a little bit more and then start to reach your chest forward. As the thumbs press into the sacrum, spread your collarbones. Press even into your feet without sinking forward into the toe mounds. And fold forward. Reach down through your feet. Set your fingertips down. Inhale into a flat back. Step back into plank pose. Lower slowly into low plank pose. Lift back up into plank. Lower all the way onto your belly. Inhale into cobra pose. And like I have my knee in your upper back, rolling your shoulders around, reaching the inner elbows back instead of trying to squeeze the elbows in, which that's what happens for a lot of people and then it jams up. You want to get jammed up here. Reach the inner elbows back, turn the outer thighs down, and then lower your chest back down. Press back up into plank. Stretch back into down dog. Walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up, raise your arms. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank pose. Lower slowly into low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now, if you don't have really good spinal mobility, doing the up dogs in the vinyasa can be a lot on the lower back and the shoulders. So you can just substitute the cobras instead all the time. That's totally fine. Walk your feet all the way forward. Inhale into a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into plank. Lower slow into low plank. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Walk your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale into chair pose, sit your hips back, raise your arms up. Come up to stand, Samastiti. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot for warrior one. Turn your back heel down. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or float up to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale into chair pose. Bend knees, sit back. Come up to stand, Samastiti. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Open up to your side for warrior two. Extended side angle, place your forearm onto your thigh or your hand on the outside of your foot. Take your left arm all the way over. Press down through your feet. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Then flip your right palm up and reach your arm up to the sky, but stay tall through this left kidney band right here in your lower back. Bring your hands down to the mat, step back into downward dog or take a vinyasa. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Open up to your side, warrior two. Hold here. Allow for your pelvis to angle slightly towards your left foot. You're not trying to turn your hips straight ahead. Make sure that your left knee is tracking with your center ankle and your hip. Grow your back leg, your spine. Then tip your pelvis out over your thigh and put your forearm down or hand on the outside of your foot. Right arm all the way over. Breathe through your nose. Press down through your feet. Inhale, come back up into warrior two. And into reverse warrior, flip your palm, inhale. Stay tall through your right side, lower back. Hands to the mat, step back into downward dog or take a vinyasa. And step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, raise your arms up. Then bring your hands behind your back, press your knuckles together. Straighten your right leg and step your back foot a little closer. So shoulders open, but without closing your low back. Chest open, start to lean out halfway out over your leg. But notice the tendency to roll to the outside edge of your right foot, push down even into your foot, and then lengthen all the way out over the leg. Go slow enough so you can feel the spine go forward and down evenly. Breathe through your nose. Then press down into your feet. Inhale, come back up to stand. Put your right hand on your right hip and raise your left arm straight up. Reach and twist. Put your hand down on the outside of your foot on a tall block or two blocks. Press down into your right inner foot. Pull your right outer hip up and back, and then reach your tail straight back, crown of the head straight ahead. Once you feel that the spine is elongated, then start to turn your ribs in your chest. Take your right arm up. All right, then bring your hands down, and your call. You can hang out here in the forward fold or step up to balance and raise your back leg up, standing splits. If it's too much on your hamstrings or your lower back, just stay in the last one. And then come into Uttanasana, feet together at the front of your mat, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back. And then let's practice the crow. Squat down. Hook your knees in your outer upper arms and practice leaning into balance. Then from here, step or float back into Chaturanga. Woo. Thought we were going to fall through the roof for a second. Upward facing dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Could be on kook slam. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, come up. Then bring your hands behind your back. Straighten your left leg. Step your back foot a little closer. As you press your knuckles together, open up your shoulders and your chest. Inhale. Exhale, start to lean out halfway out over your leg. Pause there as you reach down even into your feet. Then start to lengthen all the way out over your leg. Press back down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Left hand on your hip, raise your right arm straight up. Then reach and twist, put your hand down outside of your foot. Find length. Press down into your left inner foot as you lift your left outer hip and twist. Take your left arm up. Then bring your hands down, step up to balance, or just fold forward over your leg. Fold forward at the front of your mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Step back into down dog or take a vinyasa. Then set your knees down, point your toes back, sit your hips back in between your heels. Now, if this is too much on your knees, you can put blocks in between your feet to sit up taller, so there's not so much strain on your knees. All right, then put your hands right next to your hips at your side, and then see if you're able to walk your hands back about a foot behind you. Keep descending your thigh bones, then lift up your navel, lift your heart, and roll your shoulders open. Now pretend like I put my knee in your upper back. Same type of feeling like we practiced in Cobra. Start to roll the chest up and over. Stretch down through the legs. Then come back up. Good, lie onto your belly. Clasp your hands behind your back on your belly. And then lift up into locust pose. Start with the feet pressed down, lift the shoulders, head, chest up. Roll your outer thigh bones down so you feel that the tail can lengthen straight back. You haven't clenched in on the tail at all. Now grip the backs of the legs, grip the glutes without the groins hardening down, without clenching the base of the tailbone, lift your legs up. Hold there, strong and long, breathe through your nose. Lower yourself back down, rest one cheek on the mat. Bend your knees, reach back with your hands for your feet, and go up. Same feeling with the thighs. Rotate the outer hips down, engage the glutes, and then take that back bend up your back. Lower yourself back down. Rest the other cheek, breathe. Upward facing dog, roll your chest through, come up. Downward dog, stretch back. Then hop through to seated and lie down onto your back. Bring your heels close to your buttock, feet hip distance apart. Press your heels down, lift your hips up. Good, then grab a hold of the sides of your sticky mat, roll your outer shoulders down, press your upper arm bones down into the floor, and right in between your shoulder blades, start to move that part of your spine more. But keep the neck free, the jaw relaxed. Now engage your glutes. Lift your buttock up. Lower your hips back down. Now this time put a block in between your thighs, way up by your groins, so you can feel what's happening with the groins. Good, hands at your side again. Lift yourself up. But then hug in evenly with the inner thighs. And then place your hands underneath your shoulders. Turn your elbows to point straight back. As you turn your elbows in, sink the inner arm bones into the socket, collarbones broad. Now, as long as you don't have any neck issues, from here, press into your hands and your feet, lift up onto your head for a moment. And as you reach into the crown of the head, that same part of your spine where you're trying to move and bridge, can you get that to move deeper into a back bend? Then press your hands and feet, lift your head up an inch or all the way up, and lower yourself back down. Watch out for the head, back down onto your back. So depending on how much shoulder mobility you have, you might be able to just lift an inch, or you might be able to straighten your arms like Stacy did. One more time, go back up, practice. And lower yourself back down. Now again, this is a really advanced back bend, so I don't want you to try to force or struggle your way into it. Open your arms like cactus arms at your side, move the block, then take your feet the width of your mat and just let your knees swivel over to the right. Change sides, let the knees swivel to the left. Come back to center. Hug your knees in. And take happy baby. So if you're really struggling with that movement to try to get the arms all the way straight, join the club. But tomorrow we're going to work on some shoulder openers that will help with your mobility for your arms, your shoulders, and your thoracic spine. It's going to be really great stuff. Release your legs and stretch out for Savasana, corpse pose. With each exhalation, visualize your breath traveling down, past your hips, past your feet, and away from you. Carrying with it any tension in your body, any worries or concerns that come up. Just let them roll down, past your feet, and away from you. take a slightly deeper, fuller breath in and out through your nose. Then gently bend your knees, roll over to your right. Press yourself up to seated. Sit up straight and tall with your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. All right. Well, thank you. Let me know how the backbends went for you today. If you struggled or if it felt great, let me know. Love hearing from you and connecting with you in the comments as usual, and look forward to the work we're going to do tomorrow. Have a great day.